Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the greatest podcast ever known to set foot on the entire earth. Today, I'm joined with the Red Power Ranger, Mr. Harpoon himself.
G'day, mate. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. The weather has been absolutely incredible.
The weather has been absolutely stunning, mate. It's it's bollocks outside, I'm telling you.
Has been smashing it. My tea has been going warm, even when it's cold.
Isn't it, mate?
Isn't it?
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, Ashay.
Ashay's lad.
Welcome back to DiscoLips. This is a podcast hosted by myself and Harpoon about all things music, DJing, and pretty much everything else, but mostly everything else because we actually don't talk about music that much.
That's true.
But I want to start this podcast off with a question that I've been thinking about for a fucking long time, and that is let me just get close to the mic when I say this. Why the fuck do people become parking rangers, dude?
Okay, I've had this similar thought for a long time, and I think how people become parking rangers is on their resume, you have to go in and you have to say, I've got no friends. That's always a bonus.
I have no friends.
No friends, I think you're hired on the spot instantly.
Exactly. It's a checklist. So the checklist is it's a trio. You have to have the golden trio of qualities to become a parking ranger. Am I a massive fucking asshole? Do I have nothing better to do than ruin the lives of other people? And 3, do I have no friends?
Exactly. Number 3 being number 1, I think, in that order. I reckon you'd have to have no friends for a start. But wait, okay, here's a scenario. Say in 30 years' time, Ben Gerrans has a beautiful daughter and she goes, Dad, I've got a boyfriend. He's coming over for dinner tonight. Okay, picture this. You're all sitting down. You're like, hey, mate, nice to meet you. Like, oh, yeah, you're dating my daughter. What do you do for a living? He goes, hey, I'm actually a parking ranger. What do you do? What do you do?
So this is when I go, excuse me, Jaquise.
Jaquise.
Could I just quickly hold your hand and take you to the bathroom? I would think we need to have a word. And that's when I pull my daughter aside and go, look, I know I've talked about it before many, many times and I've been opposed to it. But it's time to start a fucking OnlyFans.
Oh my God.
That would be the day.
And then I'd throw him straight off the balcony.
I'd be like, okay, well, if your husband is going to be a cunt for your whole life, it's time for my young daughter to start an OnlyFans.
You got to make your own bread because he ain't going to do it.
Exactly. And he's going to be coming home miserable as hell every single day. But you know what? If my daughter gets her tits out on the internet, then that guy can quit his job as a parking ranger quite comfortably.
I nearly got done by a parking ranger a few years ago because I used to drive around with my grandma's disabled sticker. I stole my grandma's disabled parking thing and I had it for a good year and a half. And what I'd do is when I'd get the prime spots, like full, like in the middle of the city, best spots. I'd get out and what I'd have to do, I'd limp for about 50 meters after I'd get out of my car because I was like, someone could be watching because they're always hiding down alleyways, the little fuckers.
The little fuckers, the sneaky snitch.
I'd start dragging a leg like a zombie like down the road. And I'm like, hopefully no one gets me. And one got me one day, but I talked my way out of it and said,
what did you do? Were you speaking like, hey man?
I was like, listen here, Rajesh, what was the name you said?
Jaquise.
Jaquise. I was like, listen here, Jaquise. No, what I actually did was I just said, oh, I'm here to pick up my nan. This is my nan's car, and just told him some bullshit. He's like, okay, be quick, get out, let's go.
Yeah, my nan actually has no legs and she can't afford a wheelchair, so I need to carry her from the car. I need to carry her from the nursing home into my car.
How's your week been, bro?
It's actually been fucking boring, I reckon. It's been so uneventful, I must say. And I think I have corona.
Dude, me too.
It's been so uneventful because I just felt so unmotivated all week to fucking do anything. And I think it's a symptom of corona.
I think it is. I feel very tired and run down myself.
Have you been wanking a lot?
I have. Not. Actually, I haven't even had energy to have a wank.
Wow, dude.
That's how run down I am. But we're not here to talk about our problems.
Apparently,
maybe we are.
Apparently, if you watch a lot of porn and like wank a lot, your dopamine levels just fall.
Really?
They just
Well, that's like if you go to have a wank and you just feel like falling asleep. Well, that's what you usually do. You have one before to go, like you go to bed, and that's like the guy's remedy of counting sheep. You just snap one out, and straight away you're like,
give it a little snappy snap. Like, good to go.
Bro, in the first episode, was it the second episode? You're like, give a little feather duster on the end. When I re-listened, I was like, what are you talking about?
Give it a little plunger on the end of that.
A hand job with a little feather duster on the end.
Get a little sucky fish. You know, I was actually thinking I might go on a dopamine detox. Do you know what that is? Have you ever done it?
I don't know how you can actually do a detox for it. How do you do that?
So essentially, you have to bore yourself to death for like 24 hours. So you're not allowed to eat. You're not
So
allowed
you've got to
eat.
do this podcast for 24 hours straight.
Yeah, exactly. This must be what the viewers are.
We're covered.
What's up, guys? Glad to know your dopamine is being very much fastered while listening to this bitch.
What if we did like a live stream that went for 24 hours?
We could do it. We could carry it. Just start talking shit.
Imagine what shit we'd talk.
Oh, we probably have to say some stuff that we just don't want to say. No, but a dopamine fast is where you don't eat, you can't talk to anyone, you can't listen to any music, you can't listen to any podcast, you can't touch your phone. The only things you're allowed to do are drink water, go for walks, and journal.
And journal, like as in write down your own thoughts
and meditate.
Okay.
And apparently, when you come out of it, you feel like amazing.
I don't know how. I don't know.
So I'm gonna do it in like 2 weeks' time, and I'm gonna come back to the podcast.
Where are you going to do it at? In Sydney? Are you going to go somewhere else?
I think I'm just gonna go in Sydney and just like walk from my house to like fucking. I'm literally gonna walk like 20 kilometers that day, and
just do heaps of walking. That'll probably take up your whole day.
Yeah, it'll take up my whole day, and I'll bring a little journal, and I'll just like write down all my goals and everything, just like get my life sorted out in this one day where I'm on a dopamine detox, and then you're supposed to feel really good because I've been drinking a lot recently.
Yeah, some would say you're an alcoholic.
Yeah, I think I'm a genuine alcoholic.
Like, I think you need to go to Alcohol's Anonymous and be like, you sit down the circle and they're like, what, can you hear something? What you doing?
No, nothing.
Oh, you're looking at me real weird. I was like, what's the matter?
It's because the alcohol's pulsing through my veins.
He's having withdrawals on the show.
Right now,
someone get him a Corona.
Get me a fucking Corona.
Get him a beer.
No, well, this is why I say I'm an alcoholic. It's because when
I like beer.
As soon as I have that one beer, I lose all self-control. Like all self.
Okay, I'm the same. One or no. Oh no, I rephrase that. You either have none or 100.
Exactly.
It's either nothing
0
or full
to
speed
100
ahead.
real quick. But yeah, like especially if I'm with Andy, like he drinks like a champion. So we get a beer and we're like, oh, should we just get another one? And then, it's not even being an alcoholic. It's just loving. I just love beer. It's not my fault. I get one beer, and then it starts to get warm. So I'm like, fuck, I should probably finish this.
You leave a little bit in the bottom. Get a whole new cold beer.
No. I finish the beer when it's half done. So I scull the rest because it's getting sort of warm, and then I get a brand new beer from the fridge, and then I repeat that process 12, 13
until
times.
I pass out.
Until I pass the fuck out.
And then I wake up going, who's better, mate? I do that. Do you do that? So I'll not drink unless I'm getting completely wasted because it's unnecessary calories.
Yes. That brings me to my next point. Is because I think because of my beer drinking, I've gotten fat.
I
not
have to agree.
Not like fucking fat, but like
you give me a fat.
You give me a half chub, dude. I get a 3/4 length whenever I'm
just
around.
Look at you. Nah, you look good, bro.
But I think it's dawned on me. I've been living in denial, and this whole time I've been like, no, the beer has not gone to my gut, but I'm convinced that the beer it's hit.
Where do you think it's going to if it's not going to your gut?
My ass.
Your
dude.
ass.
I got a fat ass.
I got a fat ass. Would you ever consider doing some sort of weight loss program, maybe even some weight loss shakes or some other products or alternatives?
The craziest fucking weight loss alternative I've ever heard?
Yes.
My manager Alex, didn't eat for a week. He only drank tea.
Really?
And he lost like 10 kilos.
Well, you're not eating. So that's like being on a drip in hospital when you go to hospital and it's like water and salt. It's just enough to keep you alive.
Exactly.
And you come out like a skeleton.
I wouldn't do that, but I reckon I've been put on. I haven't taken them, but I've been put onto these like natural testosterone boosters.
Yeah, testo boosters.
Testo boosters, and they're like steroids.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if I really want to take them because I feel like they could have some nasty side effects. Like I'm not an angry person. So what if they make me get roid rage and like want to punch someone, like kill them?
Nah, these
Makes
ones
my
that you're
balls
talking
shrink.
about, these are just over the prescription. You can get them at like supplement stores and stuff, like with protein powder and stuff. So these are fine. I've actually done probably a more closer thing to steroids. Like when I was like 17 or 18, because I was like real skinny, I wanted to bulk up a bit, and I got these ones. They're called like Blue Dianabols or something like that.
Blue Chew.
Yeah,
That
Blue
comes
Chew.
to this video sponsor. No, I'm just kidding.
Imagine that. That would have been a segue and a
That'd be
half.
so good.
Yeah, I had these tablets for a bit that I got from some sketchy dude. And
How'd you buy them? How did you go about getting steroids?
I was just at the gym, my local gym, and there's all like heaps of people doing them. They just hooked you up, sort of thing. And I did them.
So
and I
did you
didn't
come
get,
over to them or did they come over to you?
They were, you know, like they're the bigger guys working out, and you're like, you want to go talk to them, see what they're doing, because you haven't grown in like 3 months. And you've been there, and you're like, why aren't I growing? So I went and got a few off them, and all it did was give me acne and make my balls shrink. I never got any bigger, and then I stopped. But I think, yeah, naturally, my body just took a long time to grow. I was like skinny for a long time before I actually started getting any sort of, I'm just not big now, but like I had a growth spurt and whatnot. But the ones you're talking about, they're completely fine.
Are they going to make my balls shrink?
Nah,
How small were
definitely
your
not.
balls in comparison to, say, cashew nuts, walnuts, peanuts,
They were grapes,
Beaner.
like green grapes. You know those nice green grapes?
green grapes? Little tiny green grapes.
Little tiny ones. They shrunk, bro. They got small as. And I
the
was just
fuck?
like, my face looked like a pepperoni pizza, like just acne galore.
Did you get man titties after?
No, I didn't get man titties. Just that. Never got any bigger though. But yeah, the ones that you're talking about, I think you were asking before about why it does that, and the reason is because your actual like balls produce testosterone. So these tablets or whatever you're taking, whatever substance, like it produces it for you. So then your balls like stop making it naturally. So then they have like they're not working out essentially, and they shrink.
I don't want my fucking balls to shrink. Will my balls shrink if I take these?
These are over the counter and they're prescribed and they've had billions of laboratory tests, so you'll be fine. You'll probably
Fuck.
yeah. All it does,
My cats love
it'll
playing
probably
with my
increase.
balls.
It'll
so
increase
I'll
your
be really-
strength. My cats.
Yeah, my cats love playing. They just they think they're little toys. I should probably be careful saying that because apparently Shane Dawson's got in some fire recently because of do you know Shane Dawson, the YouTuber?
Shane Dawson, no.
He's a big YouTuber. He's been on the site since like 2010 or something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got in some hot water because he just said some weird shit recently, something to do with pets. In the past, he said he did some weird shit with his cat, but like he was joking. And people are trying to cancel him now.
Far out. That's weird. Have you watched
Yeah.
the show Don't Fuck with Cats on Netflix?
No,
Oh, dude,
Is
you
it
need to
good?
watch that.
I've only watched Outer Banks.
It's a real life story, and it's fucking creepy.
I've heard about that. Is that when the guy starts murdering
Well,
cats? and
literally,
then
he
starts
murders
murdering people?
he murders a few kittens and puts it on Facebook, like actually killing them. And then these people, normal everyday people, found this Facebook group and like, let's track down this guy and find him. So they, two real life people tracked down this murderer guy. Yeah, I don't really give it away, but it's a true story. They tracked this guy over 2 years, over multiple countries. The killer was he was a gay model, and
Really?
I think he ended up being a transvestite. Actually, I think he was dressing as a woman towards the end before they got him, and he was he killed a person. He killed a Chinese man. He met him on Craigslist, told him he was gay. So this guy came over to his house and pretty much like a Saw movie, like drugged this guy up and like butchered him, like literally cut his arms and legs off and literally just like,
See, this is why you don't meet people off Craigslist.
Yeah.
Who the fuck meets
Crazy.
people off Craigslist?
we didn't even have that. That's an American thing, hey? Yeah. We don't
Like,
have
can you meet people off Gumtree? Is that a thing? Like, I'm looking for Gumtree friends. Please fucking help me.
Come
Just
round.
imagine the sort of people that you would meet. Like, you know how people use Bumble to make friends?
No.
Do you know people do that?
Do you still have dating apps?
No, people. I don't.
Oh,
do you?
nearly fucking put you in a
I
hole.
did it.
Bianca, I'm sorry. I can
No,
change.
I don't. But I did a video pretending to be Bianca on Tinder, which is
Oh, that's right. That's why you probably have it.
Yeah, that's why I noticed
Wink.
I had Tinder on my phone the other day, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why do I
Oh, that
still
was
have
for that
Tinder on
vlog
my
I
phone?"
did
That was
back
so,
in 2012.
So
What?
weird, and then I had to deactivate my Tinder Gold. Sucks.
I was wondering why this bloody $6.60 was getting
Yeah.
withdrawn from my bank account every month.
All my managers, all my matches keep texting me on Snapchat. I just have to act like I don't know who they are. It's so
Sorry,
embarrassing.
Rachel,
Yeah.
Stephanie.
But apparently on Bumble you can like swipe to make friends. So like if you go, a lot of people in like a relationship are like,
That don't actually want to bang. They just want to make friends.
yeah, they want to make friends.
What?
Like, why would you be on a dating app if you just want to make friends? Go to church group or something instead. you know?
Dude, what? That's so weird.
Do you reckon? You know how we're talking about jacked people? Do you reckon jacked people sometimes? Why do you reckon they get big a lot of the time? Like, why do you reckon they get massive?
I reckon it's because they have terrible conversation skills.
You reckon?
And they need to make up for it in other ways, which involves lifting heavy weights to make their body look better. Because often, good-looking people, not all, but majority, have less of a personality than people that aren't as good-looking.
Just
Do you
look at-
find that? Because the
Look at
more...
TikTok boys.
Okay,
Look
if
at
you're
Insta
not as good-looking person as someone else, you have to make up for it in other ways.
Exactly.
I.e. your personality. And if you don't have a good personality and you don't have looks, you don't really have much going for you. So you're pretty much screwed. So you gotta
you're fucked.
you really put in effort, extra effort.
Yeah.
Which brings us to, why do people have shitty conversation skills, Ben?
You know, that's definitely a in-depth question. I think it's because some people just aren't brought up that way to like actually be interested in anyone else. They kind of just sit there and they don't ask any questions or anything. They just sit there and like hope someone says something to them. But I don't get that because like I can't do that.
But I never stop talking.
If I'm like in a room, bro, and then someone, if it goes quiet, like fuck, what do I say now? Like
Yeah, I feel the void. Feel that space. The space is killer, bro. The silence is killing.
I feel my brain cells just slowly deteriorating whenever I'm in a silent room or car. Like I'm not even that guy to be in the car and like turn up the music when it's getting awkward. I'm just like fuck, what do I say? Yeah, it's mad awkward. But I don't know why people. I mean, I feel like people who have bad conversational skills a lot of the time, they don't have like family dinners when they're really young.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think it comes down to how you brought up, I guess.
I once read a statistic that kids that don't have family dinners from a young age are 10 times more likely to become mass murderers.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think... we had family dinners, but they weren't like, sit down, tell us everything. It was just like, I don't know, just a basic dinner.
Just like having conversation and shit.
I was brought up with so much banter from my dad. Like my dad used to race horses, and we used to be in the horse racing industry until I was
Really?
like, yeah. So I used to get days off school to go to like, so you know that it's like called the trots. So it's like with the carts and the wheels, not the gallops. Like my dad was like the number one trainer in all of New South Wales for like horses. And I used
Really?
to,
What
I used
the
to,
fuck?
I used to race in carts when I was 16 on
You used to
television.
race?
On television, yeah. And that was like my goal.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
That's so random. You're a horse kid.
I was a horse dude. Crazy horse dude.
Harpoon was the crazy horse kid that turned into the crazy DJ. I always make fun of horsey girls, but we got a horsey guy right in front of
On
us.
your podcast, one of your best mates is a horse guy.
Oh God, I don't think we can be friends anymore.
Sorry guys, wait, can we swap out?
Nath, come in here.
Nates, we're swapping. Yes, you talk. So I used to be like I went from one extreme to the other. So I used to be, my whole goal in life was to become like the best horse driver and trainer in the world.
No,
Not even joking, bro. You're
I
loving
don't know
this.
why I'm laughing, but that's so fucking funny. Because
Yeah.
look, it's funny because I wouldn't picture you as a horse rider
I know.
ever.
I'll see if I can pull a photo up.
Did you like love horses or
I
something?
love them. They're actually my favorite animals.
Really?
And yeah,
You know,
I love
I've never
horses.
ridden a horse.
Really?
Never. Can you teach me?
Yeah, I can teach
The
you.
best horse rider in the world.
Breakback Mountain, let's do it.
So, is that why you wanted to be skinny? Like,
No, it actually doesn't matter when you're in the cart because like the momentum just pulls you. It's not like a jockey, so jockeys have to be on like weight, but whereas when you're in a horse and cart, the momentum, yeah, it's weird, hey.
That's so fucking.
But that was my goal.
How do you even become like a world champion horse cart rider?
Just having better horses, like
obviously you just need really good
faster
horses.
Like the faster your horse, obviously, and the better the horse is, the more races you win. Like there's like races, so it's called the Miracle Mile, or the Inter-Dominion is the biggest horse race you can win in Australia, which is like $500,000 worth of prize money. But every normal race is worth $5,000 to $10,000 per winner.
Yeah.
So we used to have like really good horses, and Dad used to be like one of the best trainers you could be. So we used to like make a lot of money from it. And I remember like Dad used to pull me out of school. I'd be like in year 8. I'm like, Dad, can I come to like the races with you? And he's like, yeah. So I used to like have days off school to go to the races and talk to him and his mates that were like 50 from when I was like the age of 10. And I like did that for like 6 years. So I'm like talking to 50-year-olds when I was like 10 and just listening to like rock hard banter, which like I really think's prepared me for the real world. You know, I can talk to a lot of older people now, which is good, and not worry. But yeah, that was my.
I want to hear more about this horse stuff. I had no idea.
Yeah, I
this
haven't
was
told
even
you,
a thing. Who are you trying to keep it from me? Do you think I'll judge you?
No, I knew it'd come out eventually.
It's okay, dude. I have 2 cats. I'm the same.
You're a crazy cat man.
I have 2 cats. You love fucking horses. It's the same, dude. I get it. I'm a little bit jealous now though, because I know they have some big schlongs.
They do have some big slongs. That wasn't the reason I liked them. But yeah, literally Nath has just... Did you edit that just then? Okay, Nath,
our videographer, has just edited a photo of Harpoon.
That is literally...
in a horse and carriage.
I want to see if I can actually pull up a proper photo, because Mum sent me a bulk bunch of them.
I feel like...
Yeah.
Can I see the photo?
You can have a look at it. It's gold. Turn up the brightness.
If you're watching on YouTube, we'll put the photo up now. If not, I'm gonna put this on the DiscoLips Instagram. If you're watching on Spotify, that is so funny.
Oh, I really want to find these.
Have you ever heard, of people getting married with a horse and carriage? Is that gonna be you?
When they like just married with a few cans on the back.
Yeah. No, just married, and then there's Harpoon with his goggles on, riding this horse in a suit down the alley, like. You and your wife have to race to see who wears the pants in the relationship.
No, it was cool, bro. That's what we did on the farm. That's like when times were tough on the farm, because Dad's a farmer. And when it's a drought, we had to make money. That was the only way you could make money, really. That's how we stayed afloat, was racing the horses and getting the prize money. I can't find these photos, which is really pissing me off. I found one of me riding a horse, but that's not the same.
Can I see?
Nah, I look like a... There's me riding a bloody pony.
Harpoon the horseman.
Yeah, bruh.
I always knew it.
You always knew there was something weird about me?
It's all that ketamine that you do.
Imagine that.
He stole some ketamine off the horses to do.
Do you have any crazy background? Something I don't know about you, something like that.
Did you know I used to do competitive gymnastics from when I was 7 years old?
What? In full... Do you wear lycra like a bike rider?
No, it's not like lycra. It's called a leotard.
Did you wear a leotard?
It's pretty much lycra. Yeah,
so your nuts were like squashed up against your one leg?
No, everyone thinks that, they see the girls in the Olympics because they all want to watch the girls because they all look hot while they're doing their shit. But no one watches the guys. They don't realize you wear pants. You don't just wear the leotard that looks like a bikini.
I can just picture you with your nuts, like huge nuts squashed against your inner thigh doing a cartwheel.
But I used to do gymnastics from like 7 till 17. I feel like I have talked about this, but I haven't talked about it in depth.
No, not in depth.
But I used to be so flexible. Like my coach just like pushed me down in the splits until I cried and shit.
And then what'd he do?
He fucked me.
He used to bend my legs over my head and tell me I was a good boy.
I used to call him Pappy Coach.
My coach made me call him Daddy for like 6 years. I don't know why.
Well, it was so weird when I was little. Yeah, the coach, I used to call him Coach Daddy. And I didn't think it was weird at the time, but now looking back, I think it was weird. He used to put me in a handstand and make me do all these weird things.
Did you ever compete? Like, did you get a medal or something?
I came third at state once. I won a whole bunch of competitions. I was actually pretty good.
That good, really?
Yeah, I competed at state every single year until I was like 16 or 17, and then I stopped because it just got a bit too intense. But it was
Why did you
fucked.
stop?
It was like 30 hours a week of training.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think that's what taught me like resilience and like discipline as well, because it's pretty much military training when you're like 7 years old, and like it's shit. I had to do ballet once. Like
He's giving me shit about horses and you're in a leotard doing ballet, bro.
yeah,
Come on.
I had to do ballet. They made me because you have to be really flexible. Like I used to be able to do the splits in all three ways, like this way, and like middle splits.
Is it harder to whatever leg's leading?
I don't know. I think I think you have a strong leg and a weak leg, but I was so flexible I could literally just fall into it.
Fall on your third leg?
I remember in year, yeah, it definitely squished the third leg when I was 5 years old.
That explains so much.
I remember one time in year, this is definitely one of the times that I have definitely tried to erase from my memory. This is probably one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done.
Yeah,
just quietly.
Hit me.
So when I was in year 5, I was still doing gymnastics and I was very, very flexible. And at school they had this like dance battle. And they had like a school like talent quest, like a dance battle. And me and my two friends were gonna dance to I think it was it was Teo Cruz Dynamite.
Oh no! I throw my hands up in the
It was dun, 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 dun. Well, how does it go again?
almost starts like the start of Yeah by 3 times Chris. No, that's Yeah 3 times you were doing, wasn't it? I don't know. I'm a DJ. I should
throw
know.
my hands up in the air sometimes, saying hey yo.
Gotta let go. I thought you were gonna carry it on, but I had to come back.
No, but we're gonna do a dance, and then just as we pull up to the stage, my friends just bail, and they were like, "Fuck, dude."
So it was just
It
you.
was just me, and then I was like, "Fuck these guys," because we practiced a dance the whole of lunch. I was like, "Fuck these guys, I'm gonna go freestyle." And then I did this like shitty dance. I remember like fist pumping in the air, like, "Hey, oh baby, let's go!" And to the whole school.
How many people?
Oh, it was at lunchtime, so there was probably like definitely like 200 or 300 people in there, just like watching.
you kidding?
And then at the end, I do a backflip into the splits, and all these year 12s like, "What the fuck is this little kid doing?" Dude, I literally did the splits, and then I put my arms out like this, and I was like, "Yeah,
Real floppy wrist.
yeah,
Stop flicking.
love your wrist," and that's why I became a DJ.
To get my masculinity back.
Yeah, I know. Everyone thought I was a fucking loser from that.
I used to actually train. I was training for the Olympics for swimming as well. Also, I've got heaps of crazy shit. Yeah, went up from like 14 to 16. I was a fucking good swimmer, eh? Like, not trying to hype myself up, but I was
That's
a good
why they
swimmer.
call him the harpoon.
Yeah,
Because
I
when he
used to-
started DJing, that ship just sunk.
Literally. Well, that's when you said you train 30 hours a week. I used to get up. That's what reminded me of it. Because I used to get up before school, I think at 5 in the morning, 5 to 6:30 in the morning, and then go straight after school from like 4 till 5:30 or something like that.
Every day.
Yeah, 5 days a week. Yeah,
And you were going to go to the Olympics.
5 days a week. I held the record for the fastest 50 freestyle when I was 16 in like all of New South Wales.
Really? Is it
Yeah.
still on the record?
Yeah, it probably would be. I think I did like 26 seconds or something like that, which is pretty fucking crazy.
Is that fast? Nathan,
pretty
is that
crazy.
fast?
I've done a 29 and I went to state a couple of
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I was pretty crazy, and then I started partying. I started going to house
Yeah.
parties and drinking alcohol, and that drink. I was like, why am I training 3 hours of swimming in a pool, putting myself through this
And
torture?
then the harpoon hit the Olympic ship and it just sank to the
It
bottom of the
sank,
ocean.
baby.
And it never ever fucking came back. That was the end of Ryan Harper in the rise of Captain Harpoon.
So I went from swimmer to crazy horse guy to DJ to who knows
To
what's
podcaster,
next.
baby.
Yeah, to podcasting. What's next, Gigolo?
Dude, if we know where to go, Rod has his brothel.
Exactly.
We can go back to Rod's brothel and learn about golf.
Would you ever become a gigolo?
I
If
feel
you were
like
single, obviously.
I feel like I'd probably become a male stripper before I became a gigolo.
Would you?
Yeah.
Gigolo is a
Except I
male
would need it-
prostitute for people who don't
I
know.
would need to get ripped before I became a gigolo.
Well, you're already on testo boosters, so you're halfway there.
Yeah, I actually do testosterone boosting injections. Yeah.
my eyelids.
I've been purposely veining up a bit. The other day, Harpoon walked in on me while I was doing my workout, and I had a heart rate belt wrapped around my bicep, and I said,
Just, yo, dude, can you hit the needle
Harpoon,
up?
dude, can you warm this needle up so it doesn't hurt when it goes in? And then he stuck the needle into my arm.
And people don't think this is real.
I whelped out in pain as the testosterone was surging through my veins. And then I felt my traps get larger that minute.
You look like a cobra.
And then I grabbed the baseball and threw it through my brick wall at the end of the fucking balcony.
So you got superhuman powers.
Exactly. You know, I used to think when people did steroids, they actually got extra superhuman powers.
Nah, just your balls shrink. Also, I want to just your balls shrink.
Wow,
but
it's more
hey,
than enough. It makes your dick look bigger though.
it makes your dick look bigger. And on that note, have you ever sent a dick pic to a girl before? Or a guy, whatever you're into?
You're putting me on the spot here.
I know you used to do gymnastics now, so maybe you sent it
Yeah.
to
Me and my coach used to go back and forth.
Coach Daddy sent a few photos
Look,
to me.
let's just say, if one was to circulate, I know who it's from.
Oh, really? So
Because
you've only sent it to one person.
I'm not making any judgment. I'm just saying if one was to circulate,
Yep.
then it must have been desperate times in the Jen Baron's life for one to
send one.
send one. I'm not saying I have, obviously. But if I was to send one in the past, I know who has it. And it was definitely under interesting circumstances.
And I will find you and I will kill you. I will track you down.
I'm on good terms with this person. And if that sadly fails, then I'm going to be scared for my life.
So Nathan, do not send it to anyone.
Yeah, no.
Well, looking at you. No.
What about you? Have you ever sent a dick pic?
I definitely have. I can't lie. I have. But do you know what? I was thinking from a girl's point of view, how I know a lot of girls that get sent them and they show me their message requests of people just sending a random dick pic. And I'm
that's
like,
not me.
that is so fucking weird because dicks are ugly. Like, let's not face it. Yeah, they look like Squidward's nose. And I'm sorry, like, girls do not find that attractive. Are you with me, girls? I don't know, maybe you are.
Okay.
But imagine, okay, you get sent a dick pic. What, like, girls don't get pleasure over this. And I remember being in school when I was like a bit younger, the girls above me, I used to hang out with the girls above me, 2 years above, and they're like, oh, like, they'd always say, like, I'm like, I love this guy. And they'd always like talk about abs. Girls like body part, like chest, big arms, good back, I don't know, abs. Dicks aren't a turn on for females, and I don't. And why do people just get the urge to send a dick pic?
Maybe not the dicks themselves, but I feel like some girls might like an elaborate dick pic with a bit of dick in the foreground and face in the background, making a funny face.
Have you seen?
Imagine that. Imagine you've got your dick in the foreground, and in the background you're just throwing up a peace sign like this. Or like a shaggers.
There's some good ones. One of my girlfriends got one the other day, and he had it in a hot dog bun, and he put sauce on it. He put he put a line of tomato sauce on the top of his dick, and put some like sprinkled. I think it was Parmesan. Maybe it was just. It could have been dick cheese. Oh.
Yuck, dude, that's fucking disgusting. What the fuck?
But if you are taking them, you got to get the right angles because you don't want to send one that looks a bit small. You got to do it in the right temperature setting. You got to go on.
Yep.
You got to tease that bad boy up. You can't have him in his shell.
You got to get the heart rate monitor around the base to get it nice and bloody.
Picture it's like Floyd Mayweather and you're giving a few.
Get a lot of blood rushing to the tip. Yeah. Well, it should look like after you do a handstand, all the blood rushes to your head.
Yeah.
The tip of your cock should look like that
Literally.
when you finish with it. Yeah.
So yeah, one person, you sent one to one person.
Oh, more than one to one person.
Okay.
But I've received a lot back. So I have lots of material.
Yeah.
So I have 40. They have 40.
Yeah. It was a well exchanged deal.
Yeah, let's just say if my dick pics were leaked from that specific person, they would have a lot of ammunition.
I can't I'm taken now, obviously, so I don't send any dick pics, even to my girlfriend. I don't, because we get it in real life. Like, we'll see each other, there's no need. But before that, I got a tattoo right on my hip that's pretty close to like that region. Huh? Oh yeah, I got a tattoo. Like I don't know. Can they see that?
What does it
Do I have
say?
to
Does it
stand
say
up?
Harper?
It's my last name in case I forget my name when I when I go out. Oh shit.
Did you get it on your dick with your dad?
Wait, there's the tattoo. Need a shave. Damn.
Harper's just showing the camera,
Sorry
the camera.
guys. Yeah, so I've
his
got my
tattoo.
last name tattooed there. So I don't know. You know, if you send a dick pic and it does look a little bit small, you can play it off like, that's not my dick. My last name is written right next to my dick. So
It's just,
that's a good excuse not to send him
I feel
anymore.
like you could only really get that tattoo because if you're not watching on video, it's sort of on the far. What is it?
It's on the V, where the V should be.
It's like on the far left, or no, far right of his V. But with that said, if you're taking a dick pic, unless it's like a mirror selfie, it's going to be straight vertical down. You're probably not going to be able to see it.
Yeah, I do. I angle it back a bit to get that that extra 2 inches.
Yeah, you got to push it forward.
Yeah, you push it forward. Or have you ever done this one? Or you do the reach around, pull your balls down, and it pulls your
What
dick.
the fuck?
Oi, pulls your dick out and makes it look bigger.
What the fuck?
Oi, Nathan's done it.
What the fuck?
Nathan's done it. Nathan's agreeing. No, he's saying
What
no
does
now.
this
But
podcast come to?
oh, we're talking about how to take girthy dick pics. Yes, clip it.
Oh. Well, there goes all my brand deals. Adios. It's been nice working with you all. Oh, it's been great. I've enjoyed the money
So,
while it lasted.
We're
Now I
looking to partner up with any condoms or Viagra.
can- Blue Chew,
Blue Chew.
steroids, fucking anything that wants to pay us.
Who
at
wants
this
to
point.
sponsor us?
I'm poor as hell. I need it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I hope there's not too many females watching that are really, really disgusted. You
Yeah,
know,
but back. Yeah,
all this effort, and do they even like it?
I don't think they do. That's the moral of the story. What I was getting
Yeah.
at is, I don't think females get attracted to a dick pic. I don't think there's anything there that. I think they must. They want a connection to that person. Like
Yeah.
if it's someone they like, I feel like they'd be like cool. If it's just randoms, like the inbox
No.
requests, and it's just like, why are you sending me a picture of your penis?
You know, one of a girl I'm friends with has been receiving these dick pics for probably 2 months now, and they're just from this random guy that just sending her dick pics, and she hasn't blocked him because it's like a meme, but he's got this massive fucking cock. And he keeps holding it up to shampoo bottles and shit.
I'm like showing
And he
comparing it.
Yeah, this is my dick. And then she texts him. She was like, "This is weird. This needs to stop." He goes, "Oh no, it's not my dick." And he's been sending her photos in his camera roll. He has got a full folder
What?
of dicks that he's been sending her, dude.
Have you ever
Not
measured
his
your
dick.
penis?
Yeah, definitely.
You have?
100%.
What are you packing?
I'm not telling you on the podcast what I'm packing. But I think every single guy on this planet has measured their dick. And if you say you haven't measured your dick, Nathan, then you're a liar.
You're a straight up liar.
You're a liar if you say you haven't measured your dick. Especially with one of those, the rulers that come in the condom packets. They're like
Do
a
they
paper
have-
ruler.
Do they have one of those? What?
Oh, as if. 4
Who
seasons
uses
condom.
condoms? What?
The only times Harpoon has ever used condoms is when he put 2 on his dick when he lost his virginity.
yeah.
The only time.
Yeah,
A piece
literally
of
use
rubber.
2 and then never again.
What, 2 on the same?
Wait, we're getting late in the podcast. Should we do a few questions?
Yes, I think we definitely should do a few questions. I have a couple. Do you have a couple?
Yeah, I've got one here for you.
Yeah.
Someone has sent it in. You might have the name of it. That person, sorry. What to do, or what would you do if you don't know what to do with your life? Or just some advice on what to do if you don't know what to do with your life.
I think that's an interesting question, and I don't think anyone is actually applicable to answer that question because no one actually knows exactly what they're doing with their life. And if you say you know exactly what you're doing, you're full of shit. Honestly, no one's got any clue what's going on in this crazy life. But with that said, I think finding direction is a lot to do with finding your passion.
Yep.
And finding your passion, if you haven't found it already, is just a result of not trying enough stuff.
That sounded good.
Yeah.
Where did you steal that from?
Joe Rogan. No, I'm kidding. I think Gary Vee
Wait, is
said
that
it.
written on your arm?
Yeah, I got a tattoo.
Did you got
just here.
notes? No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Imagine that if you did.
Thy must try stuff for thy to find fashion.
All these quotes on there already. And I'm here, I've got nothing.
Yeah, that's what I think. And so if you're struggling to find your passion, which is sort of what you want to do in life, go traveling. Go
Yep.
traveling.
Great one.
Go experience. Try as much stuff as you possibly can. Fuck around for a few years. And honestly, you'll find something. You will, 100%. And you'll gravitate towards the weirdest shit. And that's the stuff that you really need to take interest to. Because if you randomly gravitate towards something, that's something that you should focus in on. Because it could be the thing that turns your life from boring and miserable to fucking exciting and purposeful.
100%. I think I highly agree on the travel one.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, you stick in your own friend groups and you don't really try a lot of stuff. You do the same thing week in, week out.
Exactly.
Getting out into a new country, you'll obviously meet new friends. You'll try new things, try new foods, explore, try things you like, and you'll
Exactly.
find new hobbies. And 100% I agree on everything you just said then. And I can't really add to that because you just killed it.
Yeah, so this question actually links into the answer for the last one, and it goes like this. The fourth, the fifth, I don't fucking know the lyrics. Anyway, how can you afford the way you live? Like traveling and getting drunk and stuff.
Is that for me or you or both
I think
of
it's
us?
for both of us.
For me, when I do touring gigs, the clubs pay for your flights and you get a fee. So that helps. I've worked 3 jobs as well. So I save up, I grind, I work hard, save my money when I can. And then I spend it on doing what I like. I try not to waste it on shit. I don't know. I don't have many. Whatever I put my money into is back into my brand. So obviously, Nathan's just been an idiot in the background. Yeah, whatever I spend my money on, it's usually back into the brand to make more money. You got to spend money to make money. So I won't go out and buy just. And also, I've got a clothing deal with Cotton On, so that's cool. I don't have to buy clothes anymore. So they send me some fresh new threads.
Oh, Cotton On, baby.
Repping the bloody woolly jumper here. What about you, Ben?
For me, what do I do? Well,
Brand deals?
obviously I make money through social media. That's my main and only form of income. I do a lot of brand deals. I make money from monetization on YouTube, and just recently I've released my clothing line, Zealous, which is going to become the biggest part of my income, I think.
Fuck yeah, sold out in, 2 days?
Yeah, pretty much sold out in 3 days, and then it's finally been shipped out. We had a bunch of problems because of Corona, but yeah, it's all been shipped out. But obviously, I'm not earning like heaps and heaps and heaps of money. I'm probably earning like pretty much the same as someone else my age, like other people my age. But with that said, I afford to travel and do the things that I do because I don't spend my money on dumb shit. I like to. I don't buy really, really stupidly nice clothes. A lot of my clothes I get for free from brands, just like you with Cotton On, and I don't spend stupid money on fucking shoes and bracelets and trying to flex on people and shit like that. Like, I use my money for like enjoyment, and that's how I can afford to travel. So if you want to afford to travel, don't spend it on dumb shit. Don't blow a rack a week on fucking online shopping that you're not gonna need. You're gonna wear like twice in your life.
What's that saying where it's like people spend money they don't have to impress people they don't like?
Yeah,
There you
exactly. People buy shit they don't need
go. Yeah. To impress people they don't like.
fucking like. That's a good quote. That's a quote I like to live by.
I've actually got it written on my up. No.
I was definitely living like that at the start of last year before I met Bianca. I was going to all these like cool kid parties, and I thought I was such a sick dog. And I remember I would the peak of me being like a massive douchebag, which I'm so glad I'm out of, is I bought a bottle of Grey Goose vodka. It was just like a $70 fucking vodka. Like, why would you ever buy a bottle of Grey Goose vodka?
Oh, really?
Unless you're
I
trying to
do
flex
love
yourself?
Goose. I reckon you get less of a hangover because it's higher quality, I reckon.
Oh, that's such a wank, dude. That's such a wank. You're just trying to flex on people.
And also,
Grey Goose doesn't do shit.
You
probably rock up in your fucking
rock up
fake
in
Gucci hat.
yeah.
Yeah, you fucking lose it, dude.
flexing. I go put it on the plastic,
Yeah.
bitch, and then I smack it on the.
Put it on my Visa card, bitch. Put it on my dad's Visa.
Yeah, and they're like, oh wait, your dad has to sign for this. And I'm
Yeah.
like, Dad, can you come in here?
But a common misconception is my parents give me money, which they don't.
Yeah.
I wish they did. That would be dope. I'd do a lot more traveling if they
But
gave me money.
yeah, like you said, we don't get like crazy amount of money. Like people might think you get crazy money. Everyone's just doing like, by the time you add all the money we put back into our own brands, we're only on the normal wage like everyone else. We're just smart, smart with our money.
Switched on, baby.
We know what we're doing. We're hustling.
And I can make money while I travel, which is actually different to a lot of people. So they have to obviously work and then travel, whereas I can do both. I can make money.
You do it remotely on your laptop.
Yeah.
You can work wherever in the world,
Like
which is an awesome job.
Last year, while I was in Europe for 3 months, I continued to make my money while I was over there, pretty much the same, if not more, which was actually awesome. Although I did run out of money completely by the end of it, which was not awesome, but the trip was fucking well worth it. I'm going back next year, baby. We're going to Europe 2021, and it's going to be the best year of my life.
Oh, yeah, baby. I've got a few questions here as well from the DiscoLips page.
Mm-hmm.
Did we? Yeah, we finished off on your question, or did it cut short? Did we get through your question? Yeah, we did. You're making money while you're on holiday. Pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's...
Luckily, I can make money while I'm traveling, which is fucking a blessing. So thank you.
Very fortunate. Okay, there's a question here from Esther, one of Ben's biggest fans. Anyway, she has sent, what is your favourite movies and what is your 5 years plan? So an all-time favourite movie of mine is a movie called Law Abiding Citizen.
What is that? I've never...
It's an awesome movie about a guy's house gets broken into and the robbers kill his daughter and his wife in front of him, and he goes to get payback and he kills the two guys that did it, and then that's in the first 10 minutes, and then so that's the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Wow,
and then he
that's
gets
big.
sent to jail, and he's trying to show how the law system is like the justice system is wrong, and he continues to kill people from while he's in jail, and they can't figure out how he's doing it. But he dug a tunnel. He researched that he would get sent to that jail for that crime, and he dug a tunnel over 10 years into every bottom of every cell in that jail. So every night he escapes out of jail and kills people and then comes back in, and they don't know how he's doing it.
What?
And it is insane.
What the
Get on
fuck?
it. Nah, awesome movie.
My favorite movie is Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, banger. That's a great movie.
You can't go wrong. The
So
most
good.
referenced movie of all time, Wolf of Wall Street. I'm a basic frat boy. But,
That's a cool movie. I fucking love that movie too.
What's
and
your 5-year plan?
Margot Robbie. Oh,
Yeah.
baby. Oh.
My friend Marcus
Here's my
has
hall pass.
my friend Marcus has the scene of Leonardo DiCaprio racking cocaine off Margot Robbie's tits.
Oh,
as
really?
His screensaver on his phone.
That's so good.
It's so funny.
And the 5-year plan. My 5-year plan is to be making banging singles, to be on the radio non-stop and traveling and touring the world. What's yours, baby?
I'd have to say pretty similar.
Yeah.
But also making YouTube videos at the same time.
Just one extra.
Yeah.
Always trying to one-up me, aren't you?
Yeah.
No.
And making podcasts every day of the week. The DiscoLips podcast still going strong in 5 years' time. Except this time, we don't have 500 viewers. We have 501, baby. We've moved up in the fucking world. That's for fucking sure.
There's a new family member has subscribed. Okay, there's another one here from Matt Walton. What do you do if you find out your girl is messaging other guys? Ooh.
Oh,
Bam, Matt. Okay, first of all, it's the context in which they're messaging. I have a lot of girlfriends that I keep in contact with, but I think it's all about trust in a relationship. So you've got to gain that trust with your partner and let them know that you've got friends. There's nothing going on. There's nothing sneaky. You're talking as friends and keeping those friendships alive. Like, you shouldn't have to disconnect from everyone just because you've got into a relationship. You should be able to still feel free to message your girlfriends or other friends in like a guy friends if you're a girl, and you shouldn't feel weird about that. But yeah, it's all in the context. What would you say on that one?
I think.
What are they talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like, hey, are we gonna buddy watch movies and popcorn? It's like, hey, how you been? Or something. I don't know.
If it's really chill, and I think also I'm definitely more prone to being like totally okay with my girlfriend, talking to guys that I've met before and like that I like, rather than like some random dude that is like popped up to her being like, hey, I think you're sexy, and then she's just continued the conversation. Like if your girlfriend's doing that, like fuck that, dude. Like you need to have a serious chat. But if it's like just guys that she's known for ages and that they're just chatting to, friendly stuff, then I don't think there should be a big problem with it. But yeah, definitely there are a lot of girls out there who crave the attention of guys that pop up to them out of nowhere, and then they continue the conversation despite knowing that it's not the right thing to do.
Because what else are they going to talk about when they meet up with their friends?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, this guy with like 30K popped up to me the other day, and like, oh my God, I felt so bad when replying to him.
In between my acai bowl and my yoga, I replied to him.
Yeah, and like, oh my God, Jeremiah doesn't know, but like, I don't know if you should tell him. So like, just what should I do?
Babe, what should you do?
Oh my God, I'm so scared. He's gonna be like so angry. Oh my God.
Oh my God, babe.
I chose this one because Nathan here in our room is sitting opposite us. He's our filmer, by the way.
I just want to bring Nathan in. Get in here. Get on my lap.
We'll get Nathan in here.
We'll get
He's
him in here.
the first. Wait, hold on. Round of applause for the first ever DiscoLips guest.
Yeah. Sit on my lap for a second.
Yes. All right. I'm gonna interview you, Nathan, because all right. I got two.
Comfortable with this.
I got two questions.
You feel my boner in your leg? No, no, keep going.
So, Nathan, you were on the news the other day for some illegal cliff jumping activities.
It wasn't actually illegal.
It wasn't illegal?
Nah.
He has his lifeguard certificate, and all his 3 friends do, and they're all from Blacktown, and they're nowhere near an ocean.
Oh, we told him that we had our bronze medallion, which is, and the boys live out in Blacktown.
So, no, for anyone that doesn't know, do you want to tell us what happened?
Yeah.
So we're at Kiama Blowhole, jumping off, cliff jumping as we do. We're jumping into the blowhole, spitting. You could probably put a video up there.
Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know what Kiama Blowhole is, it's this massive tunnel that waves go into, and it just fucking blows up. And Nathan is like a professional cliff jumper, semi-professional. He doesn't make any money off it, but he's still professional.
Yeah, and then I had Peter Fegan contact me after.
Who's Peter Fegan?
Channel 7, the news bloke. After we had 2 helicopters called, 6 ambos, 6 coppers, bro, even boat rescue.
SWAT
No, because they thought one of us was drowning, but we're actually in the Kev.
It's okay. You guys all have the bronze medallions.
The Blacktown boys have them.
Yeah, they all lied about having bronze medallions.
So Peter hit you up, and our boy Nathan, he's always on his hustle, and he said, "No, baby, we ain't doing this unpaid." And how much did you hit him for?
Oh, just like $300, but
$2 million. Take it or leave it, baby.
Yeah, so Nathan got interviewed by Channel 7 the other day on the news, and he was fully on the news in front of millions and millions of people. How does that feel? Do you feel famous?
Oh, the fame's gotten to my head. I feel like making one of those YouTube videos like you did.
Yeah.
That absolute dickhead.
It's not easy being famous. That's for sure. Yeah, it's hard. I have 100K subscribers now. And
Nathan's not doing any more signed autographs.
But this was actually a question that I think was applicable for Nath.
Okay, yeah, hit it.
No, it's not too Nath. It's actually.
I don't want to sit on his tiny balls. I don't want to sit on his tiny,
my shrunken
steroid boy.
It's more for you and I, Harpoon, but I think Nathan could get some value out of it.
Yeah.
Nath is still in year 12, right?
Oh, fuck.
So this is a question. How did you get through school, and did you like it?
How did I get through school?
Yeah.
I actually didn't finish.
Oh, that's fucking right.
I dropped out in year 11.
Nathan.
I think you were talking about some study tips for your exams.
Yeah.
I used to do the thing that teachers wouldn't suggest and cram the night before 3 hours. I wouldn't do anything.
This is why you didn't finish school.
I'll be playing Black Ops with the boys.
This is why he didn't finish.
Crammed everything in the last 3 hours, and I'd always get 80%.
Really?
Yeah, and the teachers are like, if you applied yourself, you could probably get 100. I'm like, yeah, well, if your auntie had balls, she'd be your uncle. So.
What about Mr. 98?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we can't all have 98. I was like, Ben.
Well, for me, in school, I just put my head down, didn't hardly talk to anyone, and just fucking sat there and did my work.
Did the splits at the
did
back
what
of the
I
class.
had to do. Yeah, did the splits in the back of the class. Bent over backwards to my teachers to fuck me.
Mr.
Yeah.
Daddy was also my school teacher.
Yeah, Mr. Daddy just happened to be my school teacher, stepbrother, lifeguard, nurse.
Sorry to a guy named, I don't want to, he said, thanks for answering my question last week. You butchered my name worse than a Tinder date. My name is actually pronounced Jayitz. So sorry.
You fucked that up again.
Did I
for
fuck it
sure.
again? Jayitz.
You should You definitely
Jayitz.
fucked that up again.
I'm sorry,
dude.
Jayitz. We're
You
sorry,
fucked
bro.
that up again.
Jared Jayitz, and he's got the podcast called the Vanilla Midget Podcast. So I don't know what you're going on. Do they
Maybe we'll do a-
are
maybe
they
we'll do a
midgets? Do they
collaboration.
have midgets on there? What's that about? Who knows? Listen to it and you'll find out.
I think I've got one more question, and then we'll finish off the podcast. But I think this can be applicable for both of us.
Cool.
The question is, what was the hardest thing you went through when starting your YouTube career? And I want to ask you as well, what's the hardest thing that you went through to start your career as a DJ?
Oh, the hardest thing is making those initial contacts, I feel.
Yeah.
Initial contacts.
Just sort of stepping into the industry
branching
for the very
out.
first time.
It's a bit, the whole industry is you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Yeah, okay.
So having contacts, I think we touched on that last time, but it's also having something people often don't want, like, okay, say for example, you're backstage with bigger DJs. Some people, they don't want to talk to you unless they know, someone might tell them that you book for a club or you've got something of value to them. And if you've got something a bit valuable, you'll notice that they'll come to you and they'll like, I used to do bookings for a club. So, and run events. So all the DJs would come over to me and like constantly talk to me, and they'll be like, oh, like just to try and get a gig. Obviously they're just doing their thing, what I do to club owners as well. But it's because that you've got something of need. So if you'll see the people that don't really have anything to offer, and then people are not as hanging around. It's sad as it is. It's true. That's the truth of it. Like, but yeah, how'd you go with your initial YouTube? What was
I think the hardest thing for me, it was definitely coming over a little bit of that sort of social anxiety of like, I'm doing something different and I don't know how people are going to react. That was definitely a big step, you know, like letting everyone find out about like my YouTube channel and everything. But then once that sort of Band-Aid had been ripped off, it just made everything so much easier. So if anyone's thinking about starting a YouTube channel and they're wanting to do it sort of in secret or something like that, I think it's better to just rip the Band-Aid off than live in secret the whole time, because you might get a bit of shit at first, but it'll make your skin grow tougher. And
It's got to be
you'll be
something I
better
feel
off,
like
yeah.
that you'd like, because at the start you're going to have small views and not many. You might have 5 of your friends following you. Like, oh, it's for the time and effort I'm putting into it, it's not really worth it. But you started at that point, and now
Everyone has to
you've got
start
100K.
somewhere.
So you got to keep that grind. You got to keep on that hustle, because
everyone has to start somewhere. And if that means getting 10 views in your bedroom, then that's totally fine with me. And it should be fine with you too if you really love doing it. So yeah, take the leap of faith, and ultimately be better off as well, because you'll get a bit of a thick skin and you'll be able to get through a lot more, you know, when things start heating up a little bit. Do you reckon we should wrap the podcast there?
we should wrap it there. Yeah, it was episode 5. That was a good one. That was a fun one. First guest, Nathan. Shout out to him. So Nathan Smith on Instagram.
Nathan, our videographer, is our first guest. How about that? It's a big day for the DiscoLips podcast. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. If you want to follow me, my @name is @BenGerens, one word. If you want to follow Mr. Leprechaun, Blue Power Ranger over here, horse racing extraordinaire, follow
Ian Thorpe, horse racing and follow Harpoon _official. And thank you for another episode, guys. We'll see you next week, next Wednesday.
By the way, guys, if you enjoyed this podcast, tell your friends about it.
Tell your mum, tell your grandma.
We'd really appreciate that. And if you tell your friends and your friends tell me they like it, and they tell me that you told them, I'll give you a shout out in the next podcast. How about that? Little goodie. All right, bye guys. We love you.
See ya. Ciao.